Hello! Привет всем!
Привет, друзья! Howdy!
Today we watched the Chronicles of Narnia. The first
movie.
part. The movie, yeah. The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. And I'm a big fan of Chronicles of Narnia. I read all the books like hundreds of times. I can recite the whole story from the beginning to an end. And I read it in Russian and in English. And I watched all the movies also 100 times.
So you're a fangirl. We got it, you're a fangirl. So what did you think about this movie?
Quite frankly...
Oh, dear God.
Yeah, the first time I watched it, I didn't like it. Well, I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it either because I was a Chronicles of Narnia freak, and
because you had no home life. She had no home life. She sat around and read Chronicles of Narnia.
Yeah, the same
and
book
Harry
over
Potter
and
over
so,
and over.
So every single detail that didn't make right, I pointed out every time I watched it.
You were one of those.
Yes.
Okay. We don't like those.
And there are still things, like today I watched it again, and it's been a long time since I watched it last time, several years, and but I was able to turn off the book part and just watch it as a movie.
As a separate story.
Yes, as a separate story, and I'd say the movie's not bad.
I'd say some of the things are great, right? Like the special effects, it looks better. When was that done? A long time ago. It looks better than a lot of movies today because the CGI is nicely blended with real effects. It looks fantastic.
And what I hate about modern movies is that too slick, too
photoshoppy,
perfect, too bright.
Yes,
That's
and they
terrible.
lack any texture to them. But this did not have that at all. Like the lion is amazing. Aslan is the lion. Looks fucking amazing.
Yes.
Right. It's
I
like butter.
I like it
right?
very much.
It's like wet pussy in spring. It's that good, right? And I mean, I said something clever.
Yes.
And then what else was good? I thought the writing, the dialogue's a little
The dialogue
wooden.
not
It's
well
wooden.
written.
You know, if you had better acting, maybe they could, pull it out of the shitter. But it's just really wooden dialogue. Tilda Swinton, fantastic actress. She does hers, and she's really epic in the movie. It's this. What is she? The evil Snow Queen?
Yeah, the White Witch.
The White Witch. There you go.
I don't like that they chose Tilda Swinton for this role because in the books she's really beautiful. She's very tall, pale.
Well, she is tall and pale. Well, she does a great job, though.
Yeah, but she does a great job, and I like her. I think she looks very authentic in the movie, and she does a great job with the White Witch. She's really evil. Like, of all the characters, like the children actors, they're good actors, but they're not great actors, so you can see they're actors. And she's like totally into the role.
Yeah, she's great. She's great in everything she's in. Yeah. And the visuals are great. The creatures are amazing. Like so many big budget Hollywood productions, it's like passable. You don't lose your shit in it. It's not, Lord of the Rings, you really lose. It's wonderful, right? You lose yourself in this film. This is like everything technical is done perfectly. The special effects, the writing's not terrible. It's passable, but there's something. The spirit of it is not there. And also, C.S. Lewis created this great world. The world building's great, but that's C.S. Lewis, not Hollywood.
Yeah, and I love Justin Sweet's set. Like he
I think Justin Sweet. I don't know. He certainly. I had some books, and he designed a lot of it. He's a painter, and it looks great. The design looks great.
Yes.
The design a lot of Hollywood design looks great. The storytelling, what would you give it?
Well,
the dialogue's different, but dialogue's hard to write. But
But dialogue is the main thing.
I'd say it's okay. It's a good. It's certainly worth watching. The battle scene is amazing at the end. People complain because there's a bunch of Christian themes in it. So what? Christians aren't allowed to go watch a movie. I mean, I'm not a Christian, but I don't care that they want to watch a movie.
What I didn't like about the movie is this dwarf they put in it. Jadis's helper.
The one he played in Kenny Powers.
Yes.
He's wonderful. He's a wonderful actor.
I mean, they really overdone this dwarf because, like in the book, he was just a helper, and yes, he was evil, but he's not supposed to say anything.
Don't you think that's a little malice-ing? A little nitpicky there?
No,
like you're complaining about the dwarf?
No, I don't think it's nitpicky because they made him like...
You think a significant criticism of this film is the dwarf had too many lines?
He irritated me during the whole movie because he's not supposed to be there. Why are you there?
That's an important part of the criticism, you think, of this film?
Yes, I didn't like the dwarf.
Okay, forget the dwarf. The dwarf sucked.
Okay.
You're not supposed to... He's not a dwarf. He's a little person. My wife, I forgive you, she is not American. That is a little person, not a dwarf.
He's a Narnia, so he's a dwarf.
He's a little person in our world. He's a dwarf in Narnia. And C.S. Lewis did not live to see political correctness in full bloom, as we say. So he probably wrote dwarf in the original. But you do not. Because I don't know how, but that's some sort of racism. It's got to be racism. I just don't know how yet. Mm-hmm. My nose itches. Yeah, did your cat get hair in my nose?
Yes.
Okay.
It's your cat too.
Okay.
Anyway, and about the choice of actress. I've seen all the adaptations of Chronicles of Narnia I could possibly find. And they did some terrible things before. Like,
some bad casting. Some questionable casting choices, you could say.
They chose fat fucks.
No, you can't say that. That's fat shaming too. You can't say that. Take it back.
That was a long time ago. Doesn't count.
They were challenged. The actors were. You cannot say they were physically challenged. They were large actors in small roles. You can't say that.
But that was before. In this movie, I'd say the casting was not bad.
Yeah, it was pretty good. The children acted very... That cat, I'm gonna murder that cat. You see, I've got hair in my nose. And it's not my normal long nostril hair, it's hair from your cat. Continue. Continue with the review. Forget the cat hair and forget the dwarf comment. Pauline, I'm gonna kill you with the cat hair. There's cat hair all over.
I thought you solved the problem with the cat hair.
Did I?
You just wiped your nose.
That just spread the cat hair even further. Continue. Where were we? Narnia and the problem of
children.
The physically challenged children. They're not physically challenged. I don't know what the proper term is. They were larger children in the previous one, and you didn't care for them.
I didn't like it at all. Although I remember that I liked the way the movies were made, but I just.
But these kids were done well.
Yeah, these kids were done well. They acted well. I mean, they were not great, but they acted.
Yeah, it's not Shakespearean theater, and yet it's well done.
Yes, and I like Peter most of all because the choice is great, and he showed he acts the best.
And his character changed at the beginning. He's too strict with Edmund, the younger, but he's too hard on him. And you can see tension there. And as he grows as a leader, he becomes the leader of Narnia. He starts to ease up, he starts to use humor, and you see real character development. And Edmund develops as a character. And
it's fascinating. You can actually see, I don't like how they, I don't know how they did it. I'm not really sure. But in the beginning of the movie, you can see Edmund is a little boy, and he's wearing a school uniform, and he looks very small. And then later, in the battle scene, he looks like a grown-up. Not a grown-up. He looks older.
Oh, maybe it's good acting.
Maybe it's good acting. Maybe it's the costume. Maybe it's the way they filmed it.
I thought it's a nice touch. I don't know if it's in the book, but Edmund is rebellious at the beginning, and it causes all kind of problems and tensions, and that's what leads him to do something bad in the story. But at the end, it's his rebelliousness that saves them as well.
Yeah.
Right, and so that's a nice touch. Maybe that's in the book as well.
I like the way they did it in the movie, they grow during the movie, because they really don't spend a lot of time during the movie in Narnia, but in the book it's very explicitly written. Not explicitly.
I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to say.
It's described with great detail how they change once they're in Narnia.
So it's a harder thing to do in
air,
film?
Yeah.
Right.
Even the air influences them, and like the boys grow older and more masculine, and the girls, they also like change and
they grow older and more masculine as well.
Stop it.
No, hey! No, okay.
No, they're not more masculine, they're more feminine, they develop.
And it's the air that does that?
The air,
not hormones?
Nah, they don't spend enough time for the hormones.
How long were they in Narnia?
In this book, there was like a week.
So there were no hormonal changes in an entire week? Is that what? Is that succulent? Anyway, back to where were we?
I like the way they did it. What I didn't like, another part I didn't like was the costumes. Although I think the costumes were good.
That's not those. That's called normal English people trying to dress themselves. You have not had the pleasure of visiting England. That's really how they dress. No, hey, you can't say that. No, and the food is great in England. You haven't had the pleasure of English food, have you? Okay.
I've tried fish and chips.
Okay, you're lucky. That's the only thing that's good there.
But to me, the costumes, and it's not a great thing, but to me the costumes are, they look a little bit like toy costumes.
Like the kind of clothing English children might wear in the 1940s.
No, I mean when they're in Narnia clothes. They don't look real enough, maybe they look too...
I don't know. I don't know what Narnia clothes look like.
Well, but sometimes you get like this medieval clothing that looks really...
Okay, so but the costuming did not look authentic for the environment.
I think yes.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Was that a bigger problem than the dwarf problem?
No, the dwarf is the biggest problem.
Would you say that was the most significant problem was the dwarf problem?
I think one of the most. Okay. Besides the plot. Not the plot.
Aside from the writing and the art direction.
The art direction is great. Okay. The dwarf is right.
It's a little person. It's a little. She meant to say a little person.
Anyway, what else do I want to say? I said about the costumes, about the actors. Well, I forgot what I wanted to say. It's
a great movie. Is it a great movie? No, it's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
Go watch the damn thing.
Better read the book, but watch the movie.
We'll review the book too,
yeah.
Which is a classic. It's hard to review a classic. But this film, definitely watchable.
Yes.
Right.
It's a good movie to watch. It has good and evil, it has great CGI, it has
really good CGI.
Acting.
Fantastic CGI.
Yes. And good themes. When I was a child and I first watched the movie. And I first watched the movie. What I also disliked, you'll be surprised because you liked the lion. I didn't like the lion because the creatures in Narnia are supposed to be like larger. So the lion was the size of an elephant, and like all the talking animals are supposed to be like at least twice bigger than the normal size. But that's like
I put that on the same level as the little person. The little person had too many lines. So the beaver that was man-sized was too small in your mind.
Yes. But not this time.
It doesn't bother you.
I watched the movie and it was okay. But when I was a child, it really pissed me off. I saw this lion and said, "That's a small lion."
Have you ever been around a lion?
No.
But how do you know it was a small lion?
Because in the book it was the size of an elephant. Well, I also haven't seen an elephant, but...
Have you ever seen a little person?
No. I have in Black
Okay. Alright. She's hot too.
Okay.
Okay. At the Connected Studio.
So that's all we have to say about
We're two weirdos reviewing shit.
Yes.
Okay.
I have a lot more to say about Chronicles of Narnia, but we'll leave it till...
We'll leave it for the book review that we do, and we'll review the whole series.
Yes.
Okay, and then you can, go off on that shit.
Okay.
Alright, paka, motherfuckers.
See you.
Bye.